Hello, my name is Danny Duncan, and you are in the spotlight.
This is your host, Bilal, in with this special edition of Spotlight on the Bay. We're here in San Francisco, California, where there's been a plethora and a multitude of quality in the artists that come out of San Francisco. Um, the person who is the man of the hour that we're going to be talking to has been an American playwright, choreographer, director, actor, and activist for youth education. We want to welcome to our show Mr. Danny Duncan.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Who is Danny Duncan? Uh,
Mhm.
so where do you come from? What was your childhood like
Mm.
coming up? Was there religion? Was it there just music or just performing?
Well, I probably performed inside of the womb
Yes, sir.
because the theater and the performing arts is very natural to me.
Yes.
And someone asked me, when did it start? It's gotta have started at birth because this is the only thing I knew how to do,
Yes, sir.
just to be an artist.
Yes.
And it's first and foremost in my life.
And very pure.
And a lot of people, when I was young, thought I aspired to stardom in the theater or film or television.
Right.
And I had a New York experience in '72. But the reality was, I was never prone to stardom. I was just going to be a goddamn good teacher.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I've become, and that's what I am. I'm just a good teacher, a teacher who inspires excellence in the arts, in the
Yes, sir.
performing arts. And that's a great honor for me to have lived this long and to be able to speak to it.
Yes.
And almost 80 years of age and still be teaching.
Yes.
So it's a great blessing from God.
Danny, you were talking about how all of us lend credit to your works. Uh, but I truly, as you can hear, we all wear everything that you've done as a badge of honor. We all wear that.
Thank you.
And we thank you for your service, your mentorship, your leadership. We thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't thank you enough because we all still embody that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm very blessed and honored that you regard me in this way and pay respect and
Yes, sir.
homage to me as
Yes,
an
sir.
artist and a teacher.
Yes, sir.
And it means a lot to me. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart
You are
for
most
it.
welcome. You are most welcome.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up uh, here earlier. You were saying I'm still working. I'm still. So we were all like, "What? You still working?"
I, I have a young people's musical theater company called The Players with San Francisco Arts and Education Project.
Yes.
And there was 24 years.
24
So
years.
24 years of children from the ages of 9 to 14 doing the Broadway canon from Dreamgirls, The Little Mermaid, The Pajama Gang, Bells Are Ringing, Little Abner, the list, Once Upon a Mattress. The list of the musicals in 23 years is an astounding
Yes.
feat. And they just closed with Disney's The Little Mermaid, which is the Big Mermaid,
Right.
because the production is mammoth. But they did a wonderful job at the Presidio Theater here in San Francisco on the Army base.
Yes.
And so that's the main thing that I've been working on.
Boutte Luxury Shea Butter is made with all natural products.
Batco, the Bay Area Theater Company, and
Right.
Andrea's been working with them.
Yes.
They're trying to do every Saturday night, which is a musical, the last musical that I've written about my mother's successful after hours club in the Fillmore in the 50s.
Wow.
And they're trying to do a production of it. I think they're going to officially do it in next year in 25.
Amazing.
They've had, 3 workshops, and they're going to have one more workshop of it in June of this year.
Okay.
The last workshop, and then they're going to officially mount the show in 2025. So it's a long process, but as we learned with Billy's song,
Yes. You took
a
the words.
workshop process
Yes.
works.
Yes.
Because you work out all the kinks, and what you end up with is surefire hit.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Well, Danny, I wanted to bring up the fact that with all of the work that you've done, we all wanted to know. We've never seen Danny on stage. We want to see him perform it. So here comes up these different performances. You know, you on stage with Amos Behaving was clearly a moment in time for so many of us, because we wanted to see Danny Duncan on stage.
Well, I did 1967 when I was 22 years old with Maya Angelou.
Yes.
We did Blacks, Blues, Blacks.
In fact, that was a PBS show.
Yeah, and
it just came on.
PBS, and it's being reissued.
Yes.
And my phone keeps ringing for
Yes.
everybody saying, "I'm Danny Duncan. I saw you dance. I saw you as an actor with Maya." And
Huge moment.
yeah, it was a great moment. I was 20. I just turned 22, and we did it that summer in 1967, and it's been resurrected, and it's kept me in the people's eye, and I
Yes.
really appreciate PBS for bringing it back. I was amazed at myself at 22.
Totally. I'm going.
Yeah,
I brought
know.
tears to my eyes, man.
Yeah.
It really did.
It was something.
Charleston Pierce called me. He said, "Big brother, Danny's gonna be on TV." I said, "Quit playing. What you mean?" He said, "Danny's gonna be on the PBS show on stage dancing." So he didn't even mention Maya Angelou. He just mentioned the show. So to my surprise, when the show came on, you know, it was her first. And I said, "Is this?" I'm looking. All of a sudden, well, we're gonna have Danny, Duncan, and so come out and just and demonstrate. She said, "Danny Duncan."
is
I
going to
lost
do
it.
the
I said,
authentic
"Danny
African
Duncan." I'm in my house. I stood up, and he came out. Boom, boom. It was all African. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
22 years old.
22
I was a
years.
youngster.
Well, I was done because
I was a
he was
youngster.
coming out as a dancer with Maya Angelou and I'm talking. Okay, I just said, well, there it is, right there. This is pure. You know, Danny Duncan, our mentor, our big brother, our true champion, is on TV. Okay, yeah, we saw him on stage, but to see him on TV was like, okay, this is it. This is the apex of where I wanted to see him. So a salute to you.
Thank you.
Again, Mr. Duncan, for allowing us to see that bit of history. This was shown during Black History Month as well. So it was a beautiful moment. All my friends, I'm sitting there. I said, this is the guy, man, who I got most of my good stuff from. Who I am as an artist, it came from him. So when they said, oh yeah, he was a young guy, it was like 60s, I think it was like in the 60s.
That was in 67.
Right.
I was 22. 22 years
I have to
old.
applaud that, sir. That was what a moment in time to continue to be able to cherish.
But I mean, you guys are the talent. I mean, I was just a teacher, but you were the pupils. You were the talent.
Yes, sir.
You guys all brought your gifts to me.
Yes, sir.
And we just worked together to create something beautiful. Yeah,
You really
well,
pulled it out because there was times we would, all of us in rehearsal would get the beat down. Okay, okay, Belial, what was that? I didn't have it together, Danny. Can I do a re-entry? Please do. Okay, or Kirby, Andrea, you know why you didn't make the transition? So all we could do is go, yes, sir. I'll go back and redo it, and so it was our moments of despair that lifted us. Those moments in despair in that workshop, you had a way to shovel us up and go up, and boom, we went up. To this day, all of us are working. We're all working.
well, I'm just proud, you know, with Cindy's success with In Vogue.
Yes, yes.
It's just a badge of honor for me as a teacher.
Yes, sir.
That kids say, oh, you know Cindy Heron with Zendaya. I had Zendaya in the 9th grade at Oakland School for the Arts. I taught her just 1 year, and then Disney signed her to a contract. And everybody comes to me and say, Mr. Duncan, you had Zendaya in your class. And I said, but she wasn't all of that as a person or an actress. She was just a nice girl.
Right.
But I get this credit now from the kids at Oakland School for the Arts that I had Zendaya in that class. So it's a blessing from God to have lived so long and have done the work that we've all done.
Yes,
I'm
this show
very proud of it.
is in salute and celebration of your career.
Thank you.
Who you are to us and who you are to the public right now, continuing to work and continuing to majestically teach children to become something.
Boutte Luxury Shea Butter is made with all natural products. Travel size, on the go. Never leave home without it.
Can you imagine sitting in Ruby Dee's living room, in her living room on the floor, and Miss D explaining theater to you?
Oh, God.
I mean, she would say, you just have to get over the celebrity thing. I'm a person, my husband. We're just people interested in you. Right. It's just, but they gave me credibility as an artist when they came into my life, both Ruby and Ossie. And it was just credibility that they said to me, you are somebody to be reckoned with in the theater. And it will come or it never comes, but it's there. And you got to accept that. You are somebody in the theater. And you got to recognize that. You're not New York famous and all that. It's not about that. It's just what you're serving that damn community. You're just serving the community as an artist. And we want to support you. And that's what they did for me. They gave me credibility, Ossie and Ruby.
They really did. In fact, Maya Angelou.
And Maya did too.
Right. Cicely Tyson.
Yes.
And Ruby Dee.
Yes.
And Ossie Davis. I remember we were performing the opening to Billy's song.
Yes.
It was the Democratic Convention. You remember that? It was the Democratic Convention. I think it was. Well, yeah, it was Willie Brown. It was for Willie Brown. Danny said, "Well, you all are going to be."
I wasn't there, but yeah, I had.
Said, "No, this is what you're going to be doing. So you're going to do that, and this is who's going to be there." So we were like, "No." Really? He said, "Yes." He said, "So make me proud, and represent." We was like, "Yes, sir." And when we came out, they was front stage, bow, right there, standing. We all was like, that's we get ready to come out, and I mean, we were just stuck because it was Ruby Dee, Maya Angelou, it was Cicely Tyson right there, and we going, oh my God, We all right, come on, pull it together, pull it together. So we all pumping each other up. We pumping each other up. And when we came out, their faces lit up, all three of them. They lit up and it was like.
So you guys did the opening number?
We did the opening number, the club opening scene.
Okay.
And I remembered it because right after we finished it, but we were all standing still. Then all of a sudden we was like, okay, so we walked off stage. Let me go downstairs. We were trying to meet them. We all surrounded them.
Wow.
We surrounded them, and it was a moment in time for us knowing who we were standing in front of because of Danny Duncan. So again, salute to you, sir.
Thank you.
For allowing us to have that moment to cherish in our life.
Thank you.
Big moment, big moment. I wanted to ask you about another particular thing that I know was big for you. San Francisco School of Performing Arts gave you big adulation for a lot of things you did. And I think it was that year the Gospel Academy Awards was getting ready to come out, and you were supposed to do it. You said, okay, so it was myself, Pam Goodwin.
I remember that.
Yeah, both. So
y'all danced.
Yes. You choreographed the piece for the opening of the Gospel Academy
Richard
Awards.
Herron, God bless him.
Yes, bless him. And we were there, and so just before we got ready to go to the theater, Danny said, okay. He gave us the look. Now, do you know what's going on? You guys familiar? You comfortable? Yes, sir. We was losing it. Okay, we was there. You remember the part? The lift up. Do you remember the part? There's a catch step that goes before the lift up. So we arguing about the part. Then it says, okay, Bilal, Pam, places. We're at the Paramount Theater in Oakland for the Gospel Academy Awards, the opening, and we danced this opening duet that Danny choreographed, and it was a moment in time for us again there. We got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
And,
Those were beautiful shows.
it was a beautiful show, and again, that moment to cherish came from Mr. Duncan. So I can't thank you enough. All of us cannot thank you enough for the service you've done us and done the Bay Area and our world of entertainment as an artist, a pure
Thank
artist.
you.
Like the Michelangelo, the real Michelangelo for us is you.
Thank you.
You know, yes, and so
Thank you.
I'm sure that Andrea, Cindy, Cammie, look, they was telling me stories before we. Cammie said, Bilal, well, you know when we did Sister Girls and Sarah, I said, yeah, I saw the piece. Billy, everybody, and they said, wasn't easy, Bilal. Wasn't easy, Bilal. Because Danny that was when I got introduced to Danny. So to hear him and to hear about him and then finally work with him was like, I didn't care what kind of beat up I was gonna get. I'm not leaving. Okay, I already said that I'm not leaving. So take your best shot. I'm diving in and I'm staying. And there, all of us, you know, even some of our constituents who has passed on since we've all been around, we owe to God and we owe to you, Mr. Duncan, our success with the badges of honor that we've worn with all the things you've taught us. And we thank you once again.